Hello everybody, today we are going to discuss the gametophyte or the gametophytic phase in the life cycle of pteridophytes. Uh, Let us first of all recapitulate what we have studied so far. We know that the sporophytes they produce spores and these spores germinate and give rise to gametophytes. Since the spores are produced by meiosis, they are haploid and the gametophytes they too are haploid. Okay, let's move on to what is the nature of gametophyte and how they reproduce and give rise to sporophyte bag. Okay, let's rush. You know that the spores they germinate and give rise to gametophytes. Now, what is the nature of these gametophytes in pteridophytes? The gametophytes of pteridophytes they are extremely small. They are inconspicuous, but they are multicellular, free living. Mostly, they are photosynthetic. There are some examples. For example, some species of Lycopodium are there. They produce gametophytes, and these gametophytes are not photosynthetic. They are in a state saprophytic. Okay, and these gametophytes are thalloid, not differentiated into root, stem, and leaves, and they are specifically named as prothalli. If you have many gametophytes, and if you have a single gametophyte, that is known as prothallus, singular. Okay, the gametophytes of pteridophytes they require cool, moist, shady places to grow, and this is the reason that most of the pteridophytes they are restricted to some specific geographical locations. Okay, because their gametophytes as such cannot live in varied environmental conditions. Okay, and the gametophytes they bear the sex organs which are named as antheridia and orchigonia. Antheridia means male sex organ and orchigonia means female sex organ. Now we will discuss in brief the nature of these sex organs in pteridophytes. The antheridia in case of pteridophytes they are generally sessile, that means they are stalkless, and they possess a one cell layer jacket, and this one cell layer thick jacket it encloses a mass of cells which is known as androgonial mass. Okay, and each androgonial cell it divides repeatedly by mitosis, and this results in the formation of androcytes, and these androcytes they later on get metamorphosed and give rise to either biflagellated or multiflagellated antherozoids or sperms. Okay, biflagellated antherozoids are present in case of Lycopodium selaginella, and multiflagellated antherozoids are present in case of Equisetum and Furnus. Okay, here this is the multiflagellated antherozoid which is produced in case of Furnus. Now the nature of orchigonia. In case of pteridophytes, the orchigonia they are embedded in the thallus. They are embedded in the cells of the gametophyte, and these orchigonia they are having 1 to 2 neck canal cells. Here you can see these are 1 to 2 neck canal cells, and they do not possess any venter. Here you can see they do not possess any venter. In a state, the egg and the venter canal cell they are surrounded by the cells of the prothallus. These are the cells of the prothallus. There is no venter as such. The cells of the prothallus they cover the egg and the venter canal cell. Now you can simply remember that the orchigonia in case of these pteridophytes they are having 1 to 2 neck canal cells. That means those cells which are present in the neck. You are having a neck, okay, and that neck contains 1 to 2 neck canal cells. जो canal होता है neck का उसमें एक या दो neck canal cells होती है, and you are having an additional cell which is known as venter canal cell, and you are having an egg. ठीक है, but you have to remember that there is no venter in case of orchigonia of pteridophytes. In a state, the egg and the venter canal cell they remain surrounded by the cells of the gametophyte or prothallus. Now fertilization. In pteridophytes, water is very much essential, just like in case of bryophytes for fertilization. Okay, without water, fertilization cannot take place, and water is helping in the transfer of antherozoids, that means male gametes, from the antheridium to the mouth of the orchigonium. Okay, that means the antheridium after it liberates the antherozoids, the movement of antherozoids to the orchigonium neck it takes place with the help of water. Okay, and then the egg and the neck canal cells and the venter canal cell it is believed that they produce some chemical substances, especially malic acid. That means the further movement of the antherozoid from the neck or from the mouth of the neck to the egg, it takes place with the help of chemotactic stimulus. A chemotactic stimulus is generated, and that chemotactic stimulus, it attracts the antherozoid towards the egg. Okay, you can simply say that further movement of the antherozoid towards the egg, it takes place because a chemical substance is produced by the ventral canal cell, okay, and the egg, and this chemical substance has been identified as malic acid. Okay, and now fusion of these antherozoids and the egg takes place and zygote formation occurs. Okay, you have a zygote. Simply stated, the male gamete, which is known as antherozoid, it fuses with the female gamete, which is known as egg, and zygote formation takes place. Now you have a zygote. The zygote develops and it gives rise to embryo, and the embryo later on gives rise to the sporophyte. Okay, here you can see in this image you are having this gametophyte or prothallus, you can say. It is having the archegonium, and the archegonium, it contains egg. Fertilization takes place. When fertilization takes place, zygote is formed, and zygote later on gives rise to embryo, and the embryo, it gives rise to the sporophyte back. Here this you can see the young sporophyte is attached to the gametophyte because the egg is not released. The egg is not released from the archegonium. Fertilization takes place inside the archegonium. Zygote develops inside the archegonium, and the zygote gives rise to the sporophyte. It gives rise to the sporophyte, and the sporophyte, young sporophyte, you can see it remains attached to the gametophyte, and later on it becomes independent. Okay, it becomes independent. This is all about the life events which take place in the gametophyte, and you now have a sporophyte, and that sporophyte is the dominant phase in the life cycle of pteridophytes. Let us recapitulate what we have studied so far about pteridophytes. You know that pteridophytes have the sporophytes as the dominant phase in of their life cycle. They produce spores. They produce spores and sporangia. This is the sporangia. Here you can see a number of sporangia are there. Okay, and I am taking just one sporangium, and the sporangium produces spores, and these spores, they germinate and form the gametophyte, and the gametophyte, they bear archegonia and they bear antheridia. The antheridia produce antherozoids, and the archegonia, they produce the egg. The egg is not released from the archegonium, you have to remember this. Okay, then fertilization takes place, and after fertilization zygote formation occurs, and the zygote, it forms the embryo first, and the embryo, it gives rise to the sporophyte. Here you can see this is the sporophyte which is attached to the gametophyte, and later on the sporophyte becomes independent. Okay, the gametophyte, the cells of the gametophyte dies, and the sporophyte becomes independent, and the sporophyte later on, it gives rise back to the spores. Okay, it forms spores, and this completes the life cycle of pteridophytes. I hope you all understand this, and next time inshallah we will discuss some important terms related to sporophytes, for example heterospory, apogamy, apospory. Okay, this is all for today.